Okay, here we've got example 2 to solve by completing the square. So this one does actually factor also, but again, factoring only works with certain equations, and we're kind of working our way up to some more challenging ones. Started out with a couple nice examples that have nice answers, so we're working up to those really difficult ones. But I look at this one, similar to the last one. I notice that, yep, this is equal to 0. I'm going to go ahead and, actually, I'm going to pause for a second. I'm going to say I notice something else with this too. I notice that 2 goes into all of those. Since I would rather work with smaller numbers, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to divide everything, both sides, by 2. So I end up with n squared plus 6n plus 5 equals 0. Now, like I did in the last example, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move my constants to the right side of my equation. I want to keep all the variables on the left, constants to the right. So I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. N squared plus 6n plus, I'm going to put in my blank, and you might be wondering, this is always going to be plus. Always going to be plus, because we're going to square things. We're going to have a binomial squared. So no matter what, our signs are going to be the same in those two factors. Equals negative 5. Okay? Now comes the fun part. Binomial squared equals, and then we'll work on what it equals there in a second. Square root of n squared is n. We're going to keep this sign, so this is going to be a plus. And we take this coefficient and we divide by 2, and we get 3. Now I need to fill in that blank, so I'm going to think, okay, square that, get the first term. Multiply the 2 together, 3n. Double it to get the middle term. To get my third term, I square that. 3 squared is 9. So that 9 wasn't there. We put it in there. We added 9 to the left side. So we need to add 9 to the right side. Go ahead and combine our like terms on the right side. Looks like we get 4. Working our way down here. Whoops, too far. Well, now I've got n plus 3 squared equals 4. I'm going to go ahead and take the square root of both sides. Don't forget, when we put the square root in, we need plus or minus in front. Looks like n plus 3 equals 2, or n plus 3 equals negative 2. Liking that so far. Subtract 3 from both sides. N equals negative 1, or n equals negative 5.